Okay, so we're going to draw this triangle ERP. Your triangle doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a sketch for yourself to see better of the question. I'm going to label my triangle E, and this vertex will be R, this vertex will be P. I know the measurement of angle P is 45 degrees. So this angle is 45 degrees. So I label 45 degrees here. The measurement of angle E is 63 degrees. So I label 63 degrees. As you can see, my picture is not scaled, which is okay. You just wanted to know the bigger picture, right? We also know the lowercase p, which is represent length of the side. Remember the PowerPoint? We talk about uppercase is the angle, lowercase is the side. So this is a lowercase p equals 22. That means the side p opposite from the angle p, that guy is 22. Whatever the unit we should have, centimeter, meter, yards, miles, okay, depends on the question. This one we don't have anything, we don't have to label anything. We're looking for the side E, also lowercase, which is the side. So that is the side opposite from the angle E. We're looking for this one. Before you solve the question, you want to use a segment to connect the two pairs. So that's my first angle side pair. That's my second angle side pair. Those are the two pairs. My equation will be, because I'm looking for side, so side will be my numerator. My equation will be side E over sine angle opposite from the side E, which is the angle opposite from sine E is 63 degrees, equals 22 over sine of angle opposite from the side 22, which is 45 degrees. So that's my side over sine angle equals side over sine angle formula. Okay, and to isolate E on one side by itself, I need to move this sine 63 degrees to the top right corner. So my E will equals 22 times sine 63 degrees over sine 45 degrees, and that is approximately equals, I'm going to type this whole thing in the calculator, which is in the calculator. I'm going to type this alpha y equals enter, so I can type the giant fraction. My numerator is 22, multiply with sine 63, close the parenthesis, and divided by sine 45 degrees, close the parenthesis, enter. So 27.722 is my answer, because we take 3 decimal place. The number 4 after decimal is 6, so we have to round it up. Okay, so our final answer is 27.722. That is the length of the side E. Question number 1. Are there any questions I can answer? Okay, that's C number 2. Again, we're going to draw the triangle first. Our triangle doesn't have to be perfect. Help us to analyze what given condition we have. Okay, so triangle number 2 is also EPR. So that's EPR. You can draw your triangle, label your triangle any way you want, as long as you label the given condition correctly, you're fine. We know the side E. We know this is a side because this is lowercase. Okay, we know side E is 3.2, which is supposed to be the side opposite from the angle E. So we're going to label this side as 3.2. Okay, and we also know measurement of angle P is 52 degrees. So this is 52 degrees. Yes?
Does it matter where you put the EPR?
No, it does not matter, as long as you label the measurement according to how you draw your triangle. Okay, you label the given condition correctly, you're fine. Okay, so we labeled the 52 degrees. We also know measurement of angle is 70 degrees. So this guy is 70 degrees. Our job is finding side P. We know it's a side because again the lowercase letter represents side, and that side should be opposite from the angle P. So this is our lowercase p. Okay, we're looking for that side. So before we solve, as always, we're going to find two pairs. We're going to use a segment to connect them. My first angle side pair obviously is 70 degrees and 3.2. That's my side angle pair. My second side angle pair is 52 degrees and P. So my equation will look like this. Because I'm looking for side, so my numerator is going to be side. So P over sine P, which is the angle opposite from side P. The angle opposite from the side P is 52 degrees. So P over sine 52 degrees equals 3.2 over sine. The angle opposite is 70 degrees. Alright, so again, we want to make sure isolate side P on one side by itself. So we're going to move this whole thing to the top right corner. So P equals 3.2 times sine 52 degrees divided by sine 70 degrees. We type all this in the calculator. Okay, let me clear this. We're going to click on the alpha y equals enter. Alpha y equals enter should be your best friend because I don't have to think about did I put a parenthesis or not. It's just type whatever the equation look like. My numerator is 3.2 and then multiply by sine 52 close the parenthesis divided by sine 70. Okay, we're going to click on enter. Take 3 decimal places, so your answer will be 2.683 because 4 is not big enough. We need 5 or greater than 5 in order to round it up. So we're going to take 2.683. Okay, as the answer. And this is supposed to be approximation sign because this is an infinite number. We choose to record 3 numbers after decimal. Are there any questions about question number 2? Okay. Once you get used to, you can see law of sine is pretty straightforward formula. You just plug in, draw your picture right, you should have an answer. Okay. All right, next one, number 3. In triangle DFR. This time we have a DFR. You can draw any triangle you want, and I choose to put a D here, put F here, and put R here. Okay, in this triangle DFR, I know the measurement of angle R should be 71 degrees. So the measurement of angle R should be 71 degrees. I look at the question, I label the given condition. I also know the measurement of angle F is 41 degrees. So that's angle F. This is 41 degrees. I label this one. I can actually figure out angle D at this point because you only have 3 angles and sum should be 180 degrees. I can actually subtract and figure out angle D if I need to. This is a lowercase r, so that represents length of a side. So it should be the side opposite from the angle r. So the side opposite from angle r should be 7.5. No, 7.4, my bad. So our job is finding missing angles and sides, which is whatever left you need to, right? You have one side as a given condition, your job is finding 2. You have 2 angles as a given condition, so your job is finding 1. So this question is actually wanting you to find all the missing information here. Okay, the first thing I choose to do, you can go from anywhere you want. I think I'm going to find this missing angle first. In order to do that, I'm going to use 180 degrees. Subtract the 71 degrees is subtract the 41 degrees. So I'm going to type this in the calculator. 180 minus 71 and minus 41 and enter. That's 68 degrees. Once I have this answer, I also wanted to label on my picture. Okay, I just have 2 missing sides that I need to figure out. So the first one I'm going to do is use this law of sine. I need 2 angle side pairs. So this is my one pair. This is my second pair. Okay, my equation will be it's D. Okay, side D over sine angle opposite 68 degrees equals another side. If your numerator started from side, every time you have to start from side. Okay, 7.4 over sine 71 degrees. Again, we're going to move sine 68 degrees to the top right corner so we can isolate the D on one side by itself. 7.4 times sine 68 degrees divided by sine 71 degrees. We're going to type all this in the calculator. Okay, this is a giant fraction. As always, we are going to do alpha y equals enter. Okay, and then we type 7.4 multiply sine 68 degrees, close the parenthesis, and then we type what we have for the denominator, which is sine 71 degrees, close the parenthesis, enter. That is a measurement of side D, which is 3 decimal place. That's 7.25 and what? 7, because the 5 can be rounded up, right? So the side D is approximately not a straight equal sign anymore because we're trying to estimate. We decided to take 3 numbers. So D is approximately equals to 7.257, and that's the whole box. Once you figure out answer, also put on your circle, on your triangle. So D is approximately equals to 7.257. The last piece of information I need to figure out is the side F. I also don't have a side F. So in order to find the side of F, I also need 2 pairs. My first pair will be side F and angle F, the green one. The second pair will be, I can use this angle side pair. I can also this angle side pair, but I choose to use 7.4 and 71 degrees just because they are given condition. Relatively, I have a better chance to get correct answer. Okay, when you can use given condition, always try to use a given condition. So my equation here will be side F over sine 41 degrees equals 7.4 over sine 71 degrees. We move this to the top right corner. Your F equals 7.4 times sine 41 degrees and divided by sine 71 degrees. We type all this in the calculator. We choose 3 decimal place. Okay. So again, because this is a giant fraction, so we're going to use alpha y equals enter. Allow you to type fraction. The numerator is 7.4 multiply with the sine 41 degrees. Make sure you close your parenthesis. You go to the denominator, which is the sine 71 degrees, close the parenthesis, and then enter. So the side F 3 decimal place will be 5.13 5 because this, again, we rounded up. Okay, that's the length of side F, 5.135. And that's for your box. Again, once you find the answer, we're going to plug back into the picture, 5.135. Okay, so the question is asking you to find all the missing angles on side. Now we have 3 sides, we have 3 angles, and we complete this triangle here. Okay, are there any questions I can answer for you? Number 4 is the same question. Just draw the triangle and find the missing sides and angles. The same question like 3, just more practice. So we're going to skip number 4 and leave that one for you to try. We're going to go directly to number 5. Number 5 says you have an isosceles triangle. Does anyone remember what does isosceles triangle mean?
Two sides are congruent.
Okay, 2 sides are congruent. Okay, so I'm going to draw this triangle. My picture doesn't have to be perfect, but I want you to know those sides and those sides that they are congruent. I don't know the lengths yet, but I know they are the same. I have a base. The base means you have 3 sides. 2 of them are congruent. Whatever left will be your base. The base is 22. So we're going to label this as 22. Centimeter, they even give us a unit. That's awesome. I'm going to label centimeter, 22 centimeters. Move up so you can see. Okay, and a vertex angle, this is a vertex angle, which is formed by 2 isosceles sides. The vertex angle is 36 degrees. So we're going to label this guy as 36 degrees. Okay. We wanted to find the perimeter. Perimeter means all 3 sides add together, which is we need lengths of this side, the lengths of this side. They're isosceles, so they are congruent, so they both should be x. According to the information, this is the best I can do at this point. Now, do you have a chance to find out measurement of the base angle? This is called a base angle.
Yeah.
What happened to those 2 angles? They are what?
Congruent.
They're congruent. They're the same because when you have 2 sides congruent, 2 angles will be congruent. That's one of the rules from geometry here. But how do you know the measurement of each? Yes.
136.
And divided by 2. Good. So we're going to use 180 degrees minus 36 degrees. Whatever that answer divided by 2. Let's type in the calculator to see what happened. So 180 degrees minus 36 degrees and divided by 2. What do you think is the measurement of each? 72 degrees. So we're going to label whatever we find out. We put it back to the picture. Just organize all the information we have. Okay, if I can actually figure out x, then yeah, I have everything, right? I just add together to get a perimeter, right? So I need 2 pairs. My first pair, of course, the side angle pair will be 36 degrees and 22. That's a given condition. Yes? My second pair will be 72 and what? There we go. Because you're looking for lengths of a side, so your numerator has to be what? Should it be angle or side? It has to be side, right? This is so much easier. So we're going to see x over sine 72 degrees equals 22 over sine.
Is this one angle side or side?
That is a very good question. So if you have this angle and this angle and this side, this can be angle side. Yes, this can also be side angle. Depends on which direction you come from. Regardless of which one, you are allowed to use law of sine. Yeah, that's a good question.
So is it the same formula for everything?
For law of sine, yes,
Okay.
that is correct. So we're going to move sine 72 degrees to the top right corner. Just so much easier to organize. Our x will be 22 times sine 72 degrees divided by sine 36 degrees. We're going to type all this in the calculator. We're going to take a 3 decimal place. I'm going to clean up my screen here so you can see. As always, I'm going to use alpha, y equals enter. This allows me to type numerator and denominator. My numerator is 22. I type 22. And then multiply. Click on multiply. Sine 72. Sine 72 degrees. Don't forget to close the parentheses. Depends on how smart the calculator is. Sometimes you don't close, they will say number 1 quit. Okay? And then I go to the denominator, that's the sine 36 degrees. Also close the parentheses. Enter. What do you think the answer should be? Right. 35.597, because the 7 is bigger than 5, we're going to round it up. Okay, so we record the way it is. We should have a 35.597, and so which is mean both sides, right? So this side is approximately 35.597. There's no need to do again unless you don't trust yourself. You want to try again? Yes, that's fine, but really you don't have to. Okay. So now comes to the perimeter, which is I need to add everything I have together. So my perimeter equals 22 plus 35.597 plus another 35.597. And then I'm just trust the calculator. Let the calculator do the job. 22 plus 35.597 and do it again. 35.597. Enter. What do you get? I want to hear your answer first. 19 what? 4. Right? You have 7 and 7. Yeah? So 93.194. Centimeter, don't forget.
So do you want us to put approximate?
Yes, approximately. That's a very good question. Because this number is, we rounded up, received this number. Okay? In the calculator, you are not taking this guy twice. We're going to record our x value and use x value twice. Was that your question? Yes. The reason we do so, because when I see your x on the test, I can give you partial credit. I can give you points here. I can give you points here. I can give you points here. Okay? Are there any question I can answer for you?
Is this homework?
Yes. Whatever left will be our homework. Have a good weekend.